I want to dive right in. My name is Chandra Gore. I'm representing Women for the Culture. The reason why I wanted to interview you is because of your subject matter is amazing, especially in our community where we do need to heal the mother and the daughter relationships that we have out here. So I feel like, what your show is bringing to the table will help heal a lot of other people and actually show us the way to fix the generational curses. So my first question to you is, what inspired you to create mothers and daughters coming together to heal our nation?
Well, God. And I can't say it any simpler than that, plainer. A lot of times when I'm doing interviews, that's not the answer they want to hear. I was a corporate trainer. And, of course, I had a great relationship with my mother. But back in the time when I came up, it was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, and I'm an only child. So I had a great relationship. And then I have one daughter. But one day, God just said to me, but let me back up because I've been speaking to God since I was 5. So I've always had conversations with God. And one day he just said to me, I want you to create a mother and daughter bonding network. I want you to do mother and daughter workshops. And so I said, oh, okay. Sounds good to me because, creating modules for businesses, it was nothing to create a module for mother and daughter. I didn't know it was going to be a life journey. I had no idea when he said that it was going to change my life because my dream was to be a corporate trainer and I was doing very well. And so I did the workshop and I thought, okay, well, it wasn't easy to do the first workshop because I thought it was going to be easy. But it was a lot to put together to bring mothers and daughters together. And that's how I got started. And all of a sudden, I started on this journey, working with mothers and daughters 20-some years ago. And I haven't gotten off because I realized the importance of the mother and daughter relationship to the entire family and to the entire human race. Because without a mother, a human, let me back it up. Without a woman, another human being cannot be birthed into the earth. And when we are chosen to be a mother, there's a great responsibility because we help make up the temperament of the daughter. And then we have to prepare her for the next generation. And sometimes that's where mothers drop the ball. We sometimes get so involved with what we're doing that we forget that we got to raise up a whole new generation because life is happening. But that's how I got started, and I wouldn't change anything about it. I don't do anything but mother and daughter related workshops or work. Does that make sense?
It makes a whole lot of sense. We're coming up on May, which is we have Mother's Day. What two things can we as mothers or future mothers or daughters do to nurture or to rebuild a relationship that has been strained or has been disconnected?
The first thing I would tell a mother and daughter to do, I'm a Christian Clinical Psychologist, and the first thing I ask the mother to do when she come into a session is that we're going to tell the truth here, tell the mother and daughter. We have to have an honest conversation. That's where the disconnect come in at. You have an intro conversation going on in your head. Your mother has an intro conversation going on in her head, but you don't want to bring them together. I don't want to say it because if I say it, I'll hurt her feelings or, we're just dancing around the truth. So I asked the mother to apologize to her daughter. And the first thing a mother would say to me is, well, Dr. Fletcher, what am I apologizing for? I'm her mother. Yes, that's why I'm asking you to apologize. And she said, well, what am I apologizing for? It doesn't matter. Just apologize. You are the mother. Because when you apologize, then you set the tone for forgiveness. And so when the mother apologizes, then the daughter is going to relax and be willing to listen because the mother has to set the tone of nurturing. And that's the first step that you take. The second step is to have that honest conversation. When I tell the mother, okay, especially with a teenage daughter, now I want you to allow her to say exactly what she feels and how she feels in this session without any penalties. Can we have that? And once the mother says yes, well, then you know the teenage daughter's going to go to town. So she's filling out everything that she's been holding in for a long time. And a lot of times the mother is like blown away. Really? I didn't know you felt that way. Yeah, when you did this, I just knew you loved my brother better than you love me. It's the little things that have built up over the years that creates the separation. And out of that, over the years, they don't even know what happened. But I am gifted in a way that I can help people go back and remember what happened. And once they identify and apologize, now you have cleared the air and you're in a whole new environment, a whole new space for rebirthing a new relationship. Now we're going to talk about having that honest conversation where we're going to be able to tell the truth, and then I have them to make an agreement, and I have them to go out on a mother and daughter date, to do activities that's just them. No phone, no movies, no people, just the two of you. If you're just sitting there in each other's spirit realm, because there's a bond between a mother and daughter that is never going to be broken. You just got to realize that if you can sit for a moment, and I have them hold each other's hands, look each other in the eye for about 30 seconds. And what's going to happen, the spirit that's connecting the two of them is so strong that they'll start crying because they can't remember the time they're looking in their eyes. The first time she looked in her eyes was when the doctor put the baby in her arm. She saw the baby when she was growing up, the little girl, she's looking in her eyes. But as you get to like 9 or 10 years old, mothers are not looking into their eyes. That's where the disconnect comes in between the mother and daughter. Because you're talking to her, but you're not looking at her. So I have them to reconnect through the eyes. So they do it again for 30 seconds. And I guarantee you, they're going to have a breakthrough. Once they have that breakthrough, I have them hug, they're going to cry it out, and now we're ready to go and talk about starting all over again.
Dr. Bessie, you are amazing because there's so many things. I'm a mother. I wasn't raised with a mother, so those are things that, I got to experience. But I have a daughter, and those are different things. You made me think about my relationship with her, my daughter. And I think as we come up, this is something that we have the time now. I think the pandemic that we're in right now will enable mothers and daughters to reconnect. And the message in your show is going to continue to push that and actually show us that we can, have a better relationship with our daughters and with our mothers and with our grandmothers, or mother figures. I know we kind of short on time, but I thank you so much for speaking to me today.
Well, go on my website, mdbn.org, mdbn.org. Send me some information, and then let's continue the conversation.
Yes, ma'am, I will do that. And thank you so much. You'll see my write-up.
Okay. Can I just say to your audience that I want to invite you and your audience to our premiere on Wednesday night. We are having My Mother, My Daughter. Please join us on YouTube. It's Dr. Bessie Fletcher, PhD. At 7 o'clock, we're going to have the premiere. And what I would like to do, I would like for us all to come together. You have a desire, I have a desire, bringing all of this together so that we can reach mothers and daughters around the world. And this is how we're going to heal. This is how we're going to help the coronavirus to leave the earth. Because when mothers and daughters come together and we go before God, then God is going to heal the earth. It's us. It's the mothers that's going to be able to nurture us back into perspective.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I would love to continue that conversation with you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, you're welcome.
And God bless you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. God bless you, too.